Peace. Today is Monday, September 10th, making today's math.
Knowledge cipher, all being born in knowledge.
Oh, that is so true. Knowledge, all things in your surroundings, in your cipher, and it'll add on to your knowledge. Peace to the gods and earth. All right, peace. Welcome back to the United Me Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga.
I got my resident researcher Rage up in the house right about this time.
Yes, sir.
Sound man extraordinaire Alex Stanton in the place to be.
Yep.
And my man, the one and only Harold the Great behind the cameras right about this time. What it do, Harold?
What up?
All right. So, yeah. We went on hiatus.
2 weeks.
Shorty giggles over here.
What? I didn't say a thing.
We went on hiatus for 2 weeks. And when we came back, it was Virgo season. Everybody clap it up.
Yes.
Because it is Virgo season right about now. That's right, motherfuckers. The Virgos is in the house. And my born day is, coming up in a couple weeks. And, yeah.
Also, while we were on hiatus, I did a phenomenal concert at
Yes, she
NJ Pack.
did.
Check me out.
Look at her giant poster
Check
behind
me
her.
out.
Sounds of the City. Now, I actually had to go down to Hampton, Virginia to, check my daughter into her new dorm. Mm-hmm. This is her sophomore year of college. And it was the same fucking day. And I swear to you, Digga, I was trying to do everything in my power to get back. But I couldn't really rush the whole, dropping
process.
off baby girl and all of that type
You gotta
of shit.
take pictures.
It was just a lot of
brunch.
shit, yeah. And then, ugh.
It happens.
So anyway, yeah, after getting chastised, I just finally said, listen, Digga, my heart is with you. But I can't make it. I know you're going to fucking kill it. But please, do tell.
Kill it, I did. I had a little bit of everything going on. Brought out some special guests. Shouts out to Pace One. Outsidaz in the building. Had to, represent with some Jersey blood. Mm-hmm. Followed up by Drez from Black Sheep. Okay. Thank you, Drez. Love you.
That's the brother.
Came out to support. He did a new joint which was dope actually. So check that out. It was called Fuck It Up. So that's Drez's new venture out here in these independent artist streets.
Okay.
Of course, then he did The Choice Is Yours. And then Extra P came out. Shouts out Large Professor.
Oh, shit.
He had to hit him with Faking the Funk and looking out the front door. So I was the girl looking out the front door.
That was so cute.
And my son's mother was in that video.
I remember that.
So wait, was she the
I don't know.
the
She
one
was
walking
one
out
of
the
them.
door?
She was
I played Jamar's baby mama on stage for Sounds of the City. And then you said that with such angst.
That's a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. So, I also had Keith Murray. Shouts out to Keith Murray.
Well, goddamn, you had a plethora of fucking MCs.
Keith Murray came through on stage going nuts. So yeah.
I think I did see a little clip of him.
Oh yeah.
Going semi bananas.
Yo, you want to hear something crazy?
Jumping around like real crazy.
The homies told me he was crip walking. Now see, I'm none the wiser. I'm just love, peace, and hair grease.
Was he crip walking?
I mean, I can't confirm or deny. I'm analyzing the footage. I don't really know the actual, if it's a 1-2 step, if it's a 1-2-1 step. I don't really know the steps. But
was there any twisting of fingers?
I don't know. He wasn't doing any signs,
but the footwork was.
I guess the footwork was synonymous or comparable to grip walking. So, the homies, I guess, wanted to verify with me that wasn't what was happening. I'm like, no, this is rap. We don't.
And is that what inspired your blue braids?
Oh no! Cut it out.
I like your blue braids.
I don't know. I was just feeling fraud. When his funny story, I got to the braid shop because I called him in advance. Y'all I have light blue hair? They like, yeah, I get there. The hair's royal blue. I'm like, no.
I said light blue.
I actually left. I actually took an Uber to the beauty supply store for my light blue and came back like, this light blue. Anywho, and for the grand finale,
What y'all doing?
I had Havoc from Mobb Deep come. Wow. So I'm doing a tribute. I'm shouting out the dead homies. I throw on shook ones. Like, I'm gonna bring a guest on stage to help us pay proper respects to Prodigy. And then Havoc came running out. Yo, that crowd lost it. They lost it.
Nice.
I actually ran overtime. They
I was gonna say, didn't I hear something about maybe
yeah,
you got cut off or something?
Well, that basically I had to like stop the show, so I didn't even get to like the radio hit yet. I did like a verse of Party and Bull. I didn't get to do Touch It, and I didn't get to do Mariah record. Look, the two biggest songs today. But what was the only thing that bugged me about that was I had our beautiful sis, Leah Janae, was going to assist me with the hook for the Mariah song. So what I did was, even when they was like, okay, no, we really can't play another record, I brought her out to the stage and we just kind of rocked the hook a cappella, just so they could see her and know she was in the building and just hear her belt that out real quick. But, oh, man, it was about to go down. I had the little kids about to come dance for the Party and Bull because Newark, this is like the home of like house music, like all of that was about to go down. But it happens. I didn't realize I was on stage for an hour and a half. I'm like, damn. Any other time I'm fudging shit in the show to make some extra time. I'm like, damn, I ain't even done.
The outfit was tight too, by the way. I want to give it up.
Thank you.
Kind of a Kill Bill vibe going.
Thank you.
The onesie. I was like, okay.
Did you see how I came out the heels into the sneakers real quick? Did y'all peep? One clip, I got high heels on, and then when you see by the time my guests are out there and shit, I got my sneakers on. Like, oh yeah, I already knew where that was going.
Yes,
So, wow. I guess we're gonna have to segment it because we've gone almost 10 minutes.
But my activities pales into my news pales in comparison to what
we've gone almost 10 minutes without addressing the elephant in the room. So
what happened while you were in hiatus?
Man, like I said, I took my daughter to motherfucking, down to Hampton and all this type of shit. Came back a few days ago. I get a call from DJ Vlad at like 7 a.m, East Coast time.
God out.
Now, he lives in Cali.
Wow.
Okay? So it's like 4 a.m. for him. This motherfucker's like, yo, Eminem responded. Eminem dropped a new surprise album, and he responded to you. Do you want to come in and do an interview about it?
Interesting. Vlad called you to stir the pot, huh? Okay. Love you, Vlad.
I said, Vlad, when I really wake up, and decide to even care about this, I'll let you know. A few hours later, I wake up to a bunch of texts. Oh, Eminem dissed you on his new album. Eminem dissed you on his new album. And all I could do in my mind was that slow clap that they do in movies. I said,
you got to gradually rise with it too. You got to like stand up with it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for fucking growing some balls. Clap it up, Eminem, growing some motherfucking balls. We've been baiting this bitch ass for I don't know how long, and this punk ass motherfucker sent all his cronies and everybody else to respond to the God, and the devil didn't want to respond directly to the God. And finally, this motherfucker responded. So today,
Yeah, that's what rappers do.
I had to put on my Yankee gear, my
Okay.
Yankee jersey with my Yankee hat. You know why? Because we got this motherfucker to play ball, everybody.
Okay.
He's playing ball.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
We having a dialogue right now. So, yeah, this bitch motherfucker.
Okay.
Because the gloves are off now. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, well, you know what?
Can you admit you had it coming? There's a small part of you
First of
that
all-
has to say to yourself you had it coming though.
Of course, I wanted this to happen.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
wanted this to happen.
Fair game.
Because see, I'm a chess player. Okay? So if he didn't respond, I win. And if you respond, I win. Either way, I win. Okay? Because you are now doing what the fuck I wanted you to do. I have made you modify your behavior. I got into your psyche. You sat there and had to fucking sit down and try to think of some shit to respond to Lord Jamar's jabs that you could not escape. It was just inescapable. Thank you, DJ Vlad, because
I don't think it's out of his character though. I mean, he's a battle rapper.
well,
He
hang
is
on. I'm not battle rapping him though. I'm not a battle rapper.
No, but
And-
I'm saying I don't think it's off the beaten path for him to like he's not he's not gonna tweet to you. He's
First
not
of
gonna do a
all-
bunch of interviews about it. Like
usually he goes after soft targets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he'll go after girls and shit like that. And to be honest, I'm disappointed in this little diss. Like, I think it was kind of whack for an Eminem verse. Like, I'm looking for the napkin blampkins. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's give an example. First of all, I just want to give an example of how Eminem sounds to me when I fucking hear him. In his fucking everyday rhyming shit. Yeah, it's the Blampkin shit. You know about the Blampkins, right?
Harrison Ford and Hannah Ford.
And floorboards.
Shout out to whoever did that video. too.
Harold, let's play this for the people. I'm gonna play it right now on my phone, but we're gonna play it on here we go.
Over the floorboards, over the 4 points, while you're in the 4 tours, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time to Harrison Ford. And look what I'm planning. I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking, and you're looking and staring at mannequins, and I'm going to Fannikins trying to get up a Planikins.
And you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about. I was expecting something a little more wordier. That we know Eminem for.
Let's see. Elvis clone, pelvic bone, silver home.
First of all, Elvis the Pelvis is taking a rhyme that was already like, that's what they called him back in the day. So to say Elvis clone and pelvic bone.
I mean, that's just like, you know.
Listen, I thought I'd get something much better. I'm going to go through the whole little rhyme and break it down.
Okay.
We're probably not going to have enough time to do it in this segment, so I'm going to wait till the next segment. But I'm just saying I expected something just better. I just expected something a little better.
Okay.
Lyrically, because he's supposed to be Mr. Lyrics. Like, here we go.
He just jumped right in, of course.
Harrison Ford in the floorboards.
I can't lie though. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you. I think he's rapping his ass off on this album.
Really?
Probably some of the best rhyming he's done in his last few albums.
Okay.
And I'm feeling like this is like I don't think it's like creme de la creme. I just feel like artists always have this they get this energy when they're, when they're provoked or they feel like they're responding to something. It's like you're not, like, Drake doesn't always give you back to back, but when he's pushing that corner, like, he can deliver that. I feel like he is giving you the rapping that, like, we was expecting from him all along, and it's like he kind of, was going through his changes, his motions or whatever. And now, like, I wish every rapper rap, like they're being provoked and attacked in battle all the time. But that's just my personal taste. I feel like I don't know why it takes a rapper to get in response mode or battle mode or beef mode to be their best lyrical selves. Like, if they were just like that all the time, the hip hop conversations would go so much different. But I don't know. I think this is some stellar rhyming he's doing on this album. Whether you rock with the music and the
First
content.
of all, you're talking about the album. I'm talking about
you're talking about this
verse.
specific record.
Okay. Okay, for instance, we could probably get into this real quick. Machine Gun Kelly. He comes with a reply. But I heard
Awesome.
I heard the song, right? That
Wait, why does that?
I love how they just cuts in on the song.
Why does that keep coming in?
Because the shit is buffering.
It's accenting your point. That's what it's
So I listened to the song that inspired Machine Gun Kelly to write his shit. Okay? The diss that Eminem did to Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, apparently their beef stems from a tweet.
Okay, well, all I know is he said some shit on this new album, right?
Oh, right. Oh, you're talking about right now what he says.
Yes, right now what he says to Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, okay, got you.
And on that song, stylistically, as far as flipping rhymes, oh my God, Eminem killed him.
Okay.
As far as stylistically.
Yeah.
Rhyme patterns, and he gave him at least 3 or 4 different rhyme patterns within that one fucking song. Yeah, that's cool, right? But at the end of the day, you can't change your voice, Eminem. Your voice is grating. It's fucking horrible. I don't want to hear it. It doesn't resonate with me. But now, your boy, what's his name? Machine Gun Kelly. Although the shit that he kicked was not as stylistic as maybe an Eminem, guess what?
He was ripping.
Not only was he ripping,
I felt it.
I can feel it, and I can understand what the fuck he was saying.
Gotcha.
See, sometimes
Driving a Porsche over the foreign points while you're in a foreign torn. And the divorce at the same time to hear support.
Yo, turn that shit off, yo.
But I'm planning. I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking. And you're looking and staring at mannequins.
That's a parody, yo.
Panicins trying to get up a plannikins. All of the plannikins, panicins.
Yeah.
This is how he sounds to me.
I'm in a cabana in the Janet. I'm in a cabana chanting on the stand-up banner. Where you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. Lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford. And I'm in a Porsche and flowing ports. While I'm on torrent. You're using way too many napkins. Napkins and chapkins. You using chapstick and napkins while I'm papkin.
Yo.
Flapping around like a babkin.
Yo.
that's what I hear when I hear Eminem.
I got you.
That's what I hear when I hear Eminem. And part of MCing to me is making understanding understood. See, that's equality. 3 and 3. Understanding understood. So when you're just putting a bunch of words together, and Joe Budden had said this in his interview, and I've been saying this for the longest time, but when you're just putting a bunch of words together and you're trying to flip it and bounce it, but I can't even really understand what you're saying, nor do I feel what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, music is about feeling. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fucking matter. You understand? All of this stylistic shit at the end of the day doesn't matter because, I'll feel some shit that's way more simple.
I get you.
That
makes sense.
Like for instance, someone like Scarface is not a complex rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel him so much more.
Of course.
Than an Eminem.
Yeah. Of course.
So why do we act like the flipping of styles?
Because that's
a thing. That's not the be all end all.
Because if you're a person that really is into lyricism and studies lyricism that, don't stop me. Go ahead. That is inspiring. Now take a person like I'll use myself as an example. Like when I hear someone stretch and bend words like that. That's
no meaning.
But something like that will inspire me.
With dumb context inside of it.
Something like that will still inspire me to stretch my vocabulary or my wordplay. But what I'm saying is
don't inspire me.
What I'm saying is going to be different than what he's saying. But
because you're not going to talk about having wedgies in your asshole and all this fucking stupid shit that this motherfucker be talking about.
Shock value.
But it does not negate the fact that his wordplay is still inspiring.
But it's not inspiring. It's just
wordplay. It's not inspiring to you.
Wordplay.
I'm telling you, it's inspiring to me.
Okay,
it's not inspiring to you. It's inspiring to me.
But at the same time,
it's inspiring to me.
You're a female rapper.
That doesn't
in
mean
a man's
anything.
game.
That doesn't mean anything. Because I will bust 93% of these niggas' asses.
Okay, well, you still. Well, I want to see that happen nowadays because I've been asking you to show and prove.
Okay.
You keep saying that.
Yeah,
I want to see you do it.
Okay.
All right.
Will do.
On that note, you know what? We're gonna take a break and come back.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian PEACE gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.
Hey, yo, peace. Welcome back to Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Listen, if you want to donate to the show, we got a new a new link, streamlabs.com/Godcast with Lord. That's all they could fit.
With Lord.
Godcast with Lord. And then also patreon.com/, cash.me/$, and com/support. Anyway, we are here. We are talking about Eminem, and you're telling me about technical skill and all this shit, and I'm telling you that
I'm saying that's an important thing to me.
And I'm saying to me, that's only one of the things in my checklist, and it's not enough.
Okay. I mean, we've had the checklist conversation.
Yeah, people act like that's enough. To me, that's almost a so what. Like, so what? If you're not hitting the main things,
that's not a so what.
Yeah, it is.
Because I don't.
Yeah, it is. Because
you
said,
you can appeal to my soul all day, but I don't want to hear rat, bat, cat, tat.
You're not.
rat.
I don't want to hear that either.
That's corny to me. And you could be talking about
whatchamacallit. Someone
babies.
like a Scarface doesn't rime like rat, bat, cat, hat. He's dope.
I'm not talking about Scarface. I'm just saying in general, like,
and I'm not, and nobody's saying that. Of course, I want to hear dope raps, but do I want to hear a motherfucker always trying to flip it and bounce it in a way that doesn't even make sense? Like, you're rhyming for rhyming's sake. You're doing styles for style's sake, but the content of what you're saying is empty. It's soulless. And for me, I need real food. You see, it's like processed food where, yeah, it's packaged nicely and it looks colorful and all that, but it really has no nutritional value. I'm talking about hip hop that has nutritional value. So although you are enamored by, popsicles with sprinkles and
and
colors on them and shit like that.
I'm just enamored by advanced technical wordplay. That's why I fell in love with Coogee Rap. That's why I fell in love with Nas.
But that's no. You
but
fell in love with them for more than that. That's my point.
Okay,
that's my point.
But what drew me to them was their way with words. I don't think that was the first thing. You can't tell me what drew me to niggas.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
Okay.
The reason why Coogee Rap has always, why I still cite him as my GOAT. He's my personal greatest of all time, and it was his wordplay. If you look at any Rah Digga interview, I say he's the person that to teach me not just to rhyme the last 2 words, to rhyme 3, 4, 5 words in a bar, not just rhyme 2 lines at a time, rhyme 3 whole stanzas, 3, 4, 5 lines. Rhyme the whole verse.
And what else did you like about Coogee
Those
Rap?
are the things that I learned lyrically from Coogee Rap.
And what else did you like about him?
And in addition to that, I felt what he was talking about. So that's why he's my GOAT.
And what about the type of person he was? Did that factor into your equation?
I didn't care about that, to be honest.
You don't care about where you receive your message from?
As a youngin', no, I didn't care about that.
Okay, well, for me, that matters.
I didn't care. For
me, that matters.
As a kid trying to rhyme, like what? He was saying, fuck, bitches, bitch suck my dick. Like, if I took all of that into consideration growing up listening to rap, most of these motherfuckers would be out of here, because niggas was dissing the shit out of broads. So, no, that wasn't a mitigating factor for me.
Can I just
Go ahead.
Sure. I think y'all are having 2 kind of like conceptually different arguments.
I definitely think we are.
But like sometimes 2 rights can be in opposition. You know what I'm saying? My point is that what Jamar is saying, in my opinion, is that what he sees in Eminem is an intention to just use wordplay as a means to get accolades for what he's saying. Like, look, I actually did the syllables and I made it bounce. And what he's trying to say is when a G-Rap does it, you're not just getting the clever wordplay, you're also getting the street element. You're getting the thing that
you're getting it from a live nigga.
And some of that is.
But that's why Coogee Rap is the GOAT to me.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying, let's stick with G-Rap. For instance, let's look at Rikers Island in the song, right? Mm-hmm. He's flipping in that song saying clever stuff, but as he's telling you, he's also giving you a feeling.
Picture,
he's like, yeah, like
visualizing
like,
shit.
I've been there before.
Something that real niggas can relate to.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, right?
Coogee Rap would never talk about a wedgie in his fucking ass just because it rhymed.
So what happens with Eminem is that there becomes a shock value,
and
almost like a Howard Stern.
And Coogee is my GOAT.
That's Jay's point.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I never have. I've never called Eminem a GOAT. Coogee Rap is my GOAT.
Okay.
What I say about Eminem though is that wordplay style, regardless, is still inspiring to people like myself who write rhymes and give a fuck about shit like that.
And I'm saying to people like me,
has nothing to do with me being a girl or being any
a little bit. It does.
Any less.
It does. But anyway, people like me.
I'm not arguing with Jamar from now on. This
got the crucifix.
I'm not arguing with Jamar from now on to get my point across.
You're gonna get that thing ripped up and
look, y'all. Look what I just whipped out on Jamar.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is my shut up, nigga. Be cool stick.
My point is,
I rebuke thee.
None of that shit fucking matters, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you not a real motherfucker, if you not a live nigga, if I can't understand what the fuck you're saying, if you're just rhyming just to make it rhyme, and you're willing to say anything just to make it rhyme and to impress people like you, I don't fuck with that, okay? And real niggas don't fuck with that. I was just at a function. Listen, Can I talk now? Now you're talking over me. They're not for us, and that's why he can never be the GOAT, because you cannot circumvent black people and become the GOAT. That's part of my point, and I don't care how technically good you are and all this other bullshit that you're talking about right now. Anyway,
because that does matter. That's a part of lyrics,
but it's not enough. It's a so what point when it comes to other things. Okay?
Inside voice.
Okay, so now,
voice.
listen. I want to get into this because let's just break this little verse down.
Go for it.
It says, and as far as Lord Jamar, you better leave me the hell alone. Now, first of all, that's starting off like a real bitch ass nigga. Like, oh, I'm being bullied. Leave me alone, Lord Jamar. Like, that was a little pussy way to start the fucking verse. But okay, I would expect that though, because he's not a hard dude. And didn't he just say this in a song about something about I started fucking with rap because I thought it would make me tough and I wasn't, or some shit like that? Yeah.
That's his
I
truth.
thought I was right.
So he got white boys all over the world
Right, so
relating
that's what I'm
to
saying.
that.
So don't
Or some suburban
don't try to
kids
be a tough guy. Don't try to be a tough guy. So yeah, leave me the hell alone. You start off like a punk. Then he talks about, or I'll show you an Elvis clone. Now, like, what do you think that says, black people? Like, who is Elvis to us? Elvis was the thief of rock and roll. Elvis was the one who basically took a black art form and tried to king him. The same way they tried to take this black art form and king Eminem. And he, in this verse, has no problem placing himself in that position. And if we as black people sit back and think that it's cool for this white boy to call himself Elvis in the midst of trying to disrespect an original man, we need to think about that for a second. But let's move on.
Can I interject real
No.
quick?
No. I need to
Because you say
complete.
they a lot.
Yes.
They being them, right? Not us, not the brothers and sisters of hip hop. You saying that when you say they keep trying to crown him the GOAT.
Yes, I mean the powers that be. I mean white people. I mean the media. Yeah, white people.
But don't the powers that be do that with everything? Like why are we so outraged that MTV Awards didn't properly attribute Aretha? Like,
Listen,
why do we care what they say?
That's because they have gotten into the minds and hearts of a lot of our people. And if we don't say something about it, it will just continue. Certain things have to be halted. If it wasn't for me speaking on the fact that these fuckers are out here wearing skirts, if I didn't talk against that, you know how many motherfuckers would be running around in a skirt right now? Let's fucking keep it real. Like, you need opposition to the bullshit. So why do we care? Because we don't want another fucking Elvis. We saw it happen already, time and time again. Fucking from Dizzy Gillespie and all these motherfuckers to fucking what's his name? What's the why? Kenny G and all this type of shit. Like, that's where it goes time and time again, unless somebody stands up and says something about it. So that's why we care, sister. Because we care about this art form that we created. And the fact that they feel that they can king someone by circumventing the people that created the art form is ludicrous to me. And I'm not going to let it happen on my watch, period. Now we're going to move on. He'll show me an Elvis clone walk up in the house I own. Okay? Again, he's talking about the hypothetical house of hip hop when I said white people are guests in the house of hip hop. Now, he couldn't be talking about my real home because, he'd be shot dead. And as a homeowner, I would have the right to do that. And actually, as the homeowners in hip hop, I believe we do have the right to expel anybody that comes up in our fucking house that we do not deem a welcome guest. And if we find them stealing, we could fucking cap their ass just like they say you can in everyday life. he's gonna thrust his pelvic bone. I don't know what the fuck he thinks he means by that. What kind of fag knuckle shit that is right there. We just gonna leave
language.
we gonna leave that shit alone. You should tell a phone and go fetch me the remote. Now, that might be one of the most telling lines about his psyche
Fetch.
in the whole thing.
Fetch is very
For
sensitive.
a white man to use a word like fetch, okay, to a black man, it's an interesting phrasing and choicing
I didn't even
of
think about
words.
that one, man.
It's basically a coded reminder of slavery and a poor attempt to try to evoke some sort of dominance over the black man. See, we sit here and we listen to this shit like it's just rhymes. You see, but when he wants to have content, when he wants his, that's why he didn't get so flippy and bouncy with this one, because he actually had shit he wanted to say. So he couldn't just lampkin a bampkin a napkin a brampkin a rampkin. He couldn't do that on this one because he actually had something he wanted to say. In the first 4 bars, he's actually exposing his devilish mentality to the world. But then in the second part, the second part, it sounds like a fart to me. He tries to justify himself being here, but we're going to continue on. You know, because, and let's just keep in mind, this is all happening in a hypothetical place. He's walking into a hypothetical home with hypothetical remotes and all this, because people like Marshall, like back in the days, junior high school, like I used to slap the shit out of dudes like him for fun in the hallways. Like,
I mean, I'll just say this, like, you know, I can't tell anybody how to feel or what they're interpreting when, you know, when they're being caught, attacked or battled, if you will. I ain't gonna say you was attacked, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you how to interpret that. I just feel like regardless of what you feel his place is in hip hop, I still feel like he's paid his dues and he's still a MC nonetheless. And as much as you've called him out, like you, it's almost like he don't have the right to respond to you.
no,
Like,
I'm not saying that.
Like, I
We're
don't.
not saying that. I'm breaking down what he said. Let me finish, please, because my time is limited. Please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me finish.
Let me sit
You're
my
sitting
tea.
here trying to defend this white boy.
I'm not trying to. I'm not
let me give
defending
it
the
to
white
him.
boy.
Yeah,
I'm
you are.
defending the right of an
Okay.
MC to respond to another MC.
You see, it's not
Like,
that.
for me-
That's not that simple.
for me,
You see,
it's
because
always
all
hip-hop.
MCs are
It's
not
not
equal.
it's
all
not
MCs
personal.
are not equal. I'm sorry. White boy is not equal to a black MC. He's not. I'm sorry. In my house, he's not. So it's just what the fuck it is. He cannot come in my house and feel that he can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. It's just what it is. That's how I see it. Anyway, so he brought us into
Sounds pretty racist.
put my feet. Sounds racist, but he just told the
Oh,
black man
speaking
to
of-
fetch a remote.
wait, speaking
whoa.
Wait,
He
no.
just told
Speaking
the
of
black
which, somebody's
man.
in my DM. Somebody's in my DM cussing me out because you come off as racist. I'm like,
Listen.
You know he got his own social media feed,
Yeah,
right?
get up in my DM. I'll take it.
They never come. They never say
Listen,
shit to you.
a white man just told a black man to fetch something, and you didn't you didn't have no problem with
I'm
that.
just fucking with
You
you.
sitting here
I'm just fucking with
talking
you.
about
I like
he got
it.
the right to say some shit.
I'm just
anyway.
riling you up. I'm just ruffling your feathers.
Put my feet up and just make myself at home. Now, this is the attitude of Europeans since they reared their ugly head on the planet Earth.
What? Hello? What are you doing here?
What are we doing here?
We came to settle down and live. Why?
Live? Are you going to live here?
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
Well, this is our land.
Excuse me, your land?
Yes, our people's land. It belongs to us.
Our land is your land, and your land is my land. We live in a globalized world now, don't you know? I can't believe you don't know that.
Okay? Like, think about...
I made this just for you.
I know you did. You could have did a little better. But anyway, poor materials.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Xerox paper. Last minute.
Yeah, come on. Get a fucking stick, would you?
Printer in the car.
Lollipop stick or something. Like this is what the devil thinks he can do. Like he goes around the planet. Not just hip hop. He goes into people's actual homes and puts his feet up and acts and makes himself at home. And then takes from the resources and becomes rich and becomes the bloodsucker of the poor. Like, this is what he does. Analyze his first verse, his first 4 bars, and it's all about the exploitative mind of a devil. Trust me, you'll see it once you...
Or maybe
let your haze go away.
Or maybe he was just playing around with the. I'm a guest.
You don't play around. You don't. Play.
I think he's playing.
I'm not to be played with.
I think he was conceptually. I think he was conceptually playing around with the whole "I'm a guest here."
Yeah,
concept.
but guess
like,
what?
no,
Guess
not only
what?
am I a guest, I'm gonna make myself at home. And
yeah, but okay. So where's the fetch part come in? You see, like.
Fetch
Listen,
me the remote. That's not
that.
a common phrase. Fetch me the remote.
Not a white man to a black man.
I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but somebody, his handlers, need to check him on that.
Listen.
Fetch in slavery time, you fetch somebody's slippers. That's a common thing in like Roots and different books and autobiography. That your slave will fetch the slippers. That's dangerous.
So now.
Dangerous.
All right, then. See, we running out of time.
You know what? I'll be honest. I wasn't even looking into it that deep. I was too busy analyzing all the words that rhyme.
I'm not saying you did it on purpose.
At no point in mind.
That's part of the problem.
At no point in time did slavery enter my brain.
Exactly.
In that verse.
Yeah, but it should have.
always
And that's
be
the
there.
problem. When these motherfuckers throw up certain code words, and trust me, that was a code word. Okay, to try to evoke. First of all.
Come on, fetch.
There's symbols and words that they use purposely to try to remind us of slavery. Why do you think police ride on horses nowadays when they have police cars? Mm-hmm. That's to subliminally remind you of the days of slavery when the slave catchers rode around on horses and shit like that. Like, you gotta understand the devil's fucking shit goes deep, and you think that these are just rhymes and this
I
was,
really think he was
this
trying to
was
rhyme.
real simple.
I really think he was just trying to rhyme.
Well, I don't think it was that simple.
I don't think he was trying to remind you of slavery, Jamar.
Trust me.
I just don't.
Okay, well, trust me.
Don't think that.
A word like fetch was put there purposely.
I think he was using the short E vowel sound to rhyme with the rest of pelvic and Elvis and everything.
Listen, you can look at and try to justify it that way, but trust me, you're not seeing the big picture. On that point, we'll be back.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. 2 fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian PEACE gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.
And that's the point. It'll never be the soundtrack because you're not a white man.
And you're not a white man either, so it'll never be the soundtrack to your life.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean it's not fresh. Doesn't mean it's not like
no, but yes, that is part of it. That is. Oh my God. Peace. Welcome back to the United Mean Godcast.
That's what you get when you argue behind Peace.
I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
She's getting on my nerves today.
No, he's getting on my nerves.
On my fucking nerves today.
Okay, so
because she's kind of
what?
Eminem will always be that nigga sleeping on the floor, and you told me that. Okay,
No, he said
so
it.
knock it off.
He said it.
Okay.
In fine line. He said he slept on the outside of the floor.
Okay, and quick backstory. Eminem used to be down with the Outsidaz, yes?
Yeah.
The crew that you used to run with.
Yeah. Still
Okay.
the present day.
He studied under the feet of people like Pace One
and
Young
Z.
Z and looked up to people like even Tame One, people like that, yes?
Redman.
Redman.
I'd say
Naughty by Nature, a lot of fucking Jersey spitters. He
Absolutely.
sat at the feet of. You told me about there was like an Outsidaz house, right?
The
There
outhouse.
was an outhouse. Okay, called the outhouse.
shout out 20th Street.
Now, without even knowing the whole like protocol of how shit went, I said to you, now I bet you in this house there was a level to the shit. Some people had to sleep on the floor. Some people were able to sleep on the couch. Some people were able to get in a room and sleep in the beds. And this was all depending on probably how hot you were or how, you know what I mean, popping you was inside the Outsidaz organization. Now, where did Eminem sleep? I'm just asking you. When black people were left to their own devices, I'm asking you, where did Eminem sleep?
He was sleeping on the floor.
He was sleeping on the floor. Now, let me ask you something.
Wait.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. This is funny though. This is funny because like the niggas that was there, like they lived there. He was coming from Detroit, so wait. He was a guest in the house. That's what. Look, joke. No pun intended.
He was a guest
He
in
was
the
a guest
Outsidaz house
in
of
the-
hip
in the
hop,
house.
and he wasn't even worthy of a bed. Because I know
Yo.
people that'll bring a guest in and say, "Well, you know what? You're a guest. Here, you take my bed." But you know what? He wasn't that type of guest.
said- no,
he was the
slept
type
on-
of guest that, you know what? You're lucky to even be here, nigga. Lie on the floor and shut your fucking ass up. Get your ass in the corner. Use
That
your
is
coat
funny.
as a pillow and shut the fuck up.
Nah,
Because that's the type of nigga you are. Anyway,
It wasn't like that.
all right, I'm going to continue.
That's funny though.
I'm going to continue because all I'm saying is if we're left to our own devices and the powers that be don't inject themselves into the equation, a white dude like that never would rise to the top of this genre on his own. Like we wouldn't have rose him up. He would have never been the leader of the Outsidaz on his own. That never would have happened. Ever. I don't care how good he got at putting words together. Just the type of person he was wouldn't have allowed him to do that. You know why? Because live niggas, real niggas, don't let themselves, they don't follow sucker niggas. Period. So that's another reason, not just because he's white, but he's a sucker type of motherfucker that a live nigga would never follow. And that's the problem with not even some of these, not just white rappers, some of these new school rappers, why a lot of people from my era have a problem with them, because they corny niggas. We live niggas will not follow a corny nigga, period. So that's part of his problem too. So let me go on. In his next 4 bars, he attempts to justify his presence in my home. I belong here, clown. Don't tell me about the culture. Okay, well, first off, last I checked, a clown wears costumes and tries to make people laugh. Now, man, you'd be hard pressed to find a picture of me in any kind of costume. Go on the internet right now, people. Please find a picture of me in a costume. You'll find a picture of me in a correction officer's uniform when I worked on the night of. I guess any acting gig or any wardrobe, that would be my costume. But you'll never see pictures of me in any dresses or dressed up as any type of character, not even at a fucking Halloween party where you see me dressed up in some funny style shit. Now, Harold, please cut to pictures of Eminem in costume. This motherfucker has dressed as Britney Spears, fucking Batman and Robin, all kind of motherfucking bullshit. But I'm the clown. Let's move on. I inspired the Hobsons, the Logics, the Coles, the Shawns, the K-Dots, and the 5-9s. Well, those are all lyrical people. Yes, they are. But for me, I don't listen to none of them. None of those guys right there have been in the soundtrack of my life. You see, to me, that matters. Like, you are the shit when you have something that becomes the soundtrack of my life. I.e., a Stillmatic. I.e., a Chronic. I.e., a Nations of Millions that hold us back. I.e., the Mobb Deep album with Shook Ones and all that. There's quite a few albums that actually was the soundtrack of people's lives, and to me, that's when you know you got some classic shit. Okay, Brand Nubian's first album, soundtrack to people's lives. This nigga ain't got no soundtrack to people's life type shit. Especially a Hobson and a Logic. The Cole and the Sean and the K-Dot. Now, those are some dope dudes. They have never had a soundtrack for my life, but I do fuck with those guys.
And that's
and to me,
that's
hold up.
But I'm saying,
hang on, hold.
And in our previous
Can I
conversation,
finish? You're cutting me off.
I compared.
You don't like me cutting you off.
I said K-Dot to
You're cutting
Eminem.
me off. You're cutting me off.
Because in the midst of you're
cutting me
listening
off.
to your own voice, you'll
Yes.
turn around and regurgitate something I already said.
Okay, well, let me finish what I'm saying.
I liken Kendrick and Eminem in the same conversation.
Okay, but
one
check
of the
it
best
out.
technicians ever. Am I bumping
I'm
that
not
shit?
saying-
Not necessarily. That's all I ever said.
Okay, I hear
That's
you.
all I ever
hear
said.
you. He's a good technician. Fine.
That's it.
But I've been said that.
That's it.
I've been said that. My beef is where they tried to place him. That's all. So now let me finish. And I think it's questionable that he so-called inspired these people, because I never necessarily heard that. But maybe he did.
At some point in time, all of those guys, everybody he's mentioned at some point
gave him credit.
I've never seen Kendrick do it, but I've seen them call him like GOAT. I saw.
But I don't know if they called him GOAT, because I've seen J. Cole say shit about Nas and Jay-Z. I don't know if they put.
That's what I said. I don't know about
Hobson
Kendrick.
we don't fuck with Hobson. Okay, first of all, black people don't. That's like he's the black Eminem all day long. Like, we don't fuck with him. He's corny. We don't really fuck with Logic either. That's some other shit right there. But we do fuck with Big Sean, J. Cole, and K-Dot. And some people do fuck with Royce the 5'9". Although I don't really fuck with Royce the 5'9". And I'm not trying to hate on him or nothing like that because of the shit he said in the past. Even before that, I thought he was a good rapper. He was never my cup of tea. So in a way, that kind of proves my point. But at the same time, okay, you inspired these people. Why didn't you work with them on your album?
Well, Royce is on the album. Joyner Lucas is on the album. That joint is dope.
But now,
the Joyner Lucas.
Since he wants to talk about the people he's inspired, right? So now, since the man's feeling real inspirational and wants to talk about who he's inspired and what he's inspired, let's talk about Marshall's biggest influence. That being opioid use in hip-hop. And the discussion of it. A recent study done by Project No, an organization set out to promote the understanding of addiction, made several charts in reference to the number of rap songs mentioning drugs. These charts analyzed the amount of drug references made by your favorite rappers, and Eminem was number one in the pharmaceutical department. Now, we're going to flash, for the viewers. I don't have it here for us, but you'll see it in the episode. A chart that Project No put together. And from the time Eminem came out in 1999, with that first LP, there is a marked spike in the number of opioid references in hip hop. And actually, at the time when so-called conscious rap was out, was when it was at its lowest point. 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later, when I think Marshall put out like his 5th LP, Encore, the shit went through the fucking roof. And now look where we at today in hip hop, with not only the talking of opioid use, but actually people being addicted and dying and all kinds of shit.
Well, anytime any drug affects a massive number of white people, it's going to be a national crisis.
Right, but
because rappers been talking about dust and weed and all this other shit forever on it. And DJ Screw, made lean popular, died from it, and
yes.
That is equally
That's some bullshit.
Influential
Right.
in the culture.
Right. But absolutely. That's some bullshit. But he's not here to talk about the people that he influenced and all that and inspired. This guy is. Okay? So he's here right now after going to rehab and all that type of shit. So let's not pick and choose now.
Not picking and choosing?
No, I'm talking to Marshall about who and what you inspire. So now, if you think that inspiring these lyricists is what gives you a right to be in hip hop, then maybe inspiring opioid use gives us the right to kick you out. I don't know.
But we can't pick and choose the good and the bad of artists either, because there's
artists that I love that talk about bullshit.
There's prominent black artists that inspire. We've had this conversation.
I'm just bringing a light to, you want to be inspirational? Well, let's just talk about your inspirations. Okay, finally. And brought the world 50 Cent. Okay? Now, that may have been his greatest accomplishment. Okay? Because 50 is someone that I actually fucking listened to. He had actually 2 albums that were soundtracks to my life.
Cosign.
Those first 2 albums that came out. But here's the thing also. 50 was popping before he got with Marshall. He already had a little buzz when he was with Trackmasters. So to me, when Marshall signed 50, it was almost like as if a way to like act like he got his finger on the pulse and to try to get himself some street cred and to have a real nigga like, indebted to him almost. Like if I get a real motherfucker like 50 on my side, that's going to help me as far as like street shit is concerned, and I'm gonna have a real nigga now on my side. Also, let me fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let me sign this. Like it was a no-brainer at that time to sign 50. There was wars going on for that motherfucker at that time, really. Right,
and also, what's interesting about that also is keep in mind that Eminem at that point was a part of the machine in terms of Jimmy Iovine's power and the scope. Like Rah, I would challenge you to look at a documentary called Merchants of Cool. In this documentary, it shows how Jimmy Iovine and MTV sort of created the Limp Bizkit phenomenon. Mm-hmm. Like by coming into the machine saying, hey, picking and choosing the cast, picking and choosing the phenomenon, and then feeding it to the people through the machine. So at that point, Eminem didn't just lend his street cred, or if he had any to 50, it was him bringing the Jimmy Iovine muscle and his being the dubbed sort of like this new savior of rap. That machine power behind him that added to the 50 Cent lore as well too.
Now see,
I mean, I'll check that out. I just don't think like people should dismiss the fact that like he has a genuine like heart to be in this cult. Like,
oh my
like,
God!
like
you
he's
keep
a student.
saying this. We're not talking about
Like,
that
he's a real
anymore.
student.
Leave that alone.
I'm conversating with this man now.
but
Forget you.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay,
here.
well,
okay.
he challenged me to say something, and I'm like, we're talking machines and this and that, and I'm like, to me, I'm sorry, he's not a puppet that was placed. Like, the nigga went through the trenches like every other nigga.
But
And,
no,
like, I'm sorry.
He didn't go like every other nigga. His whiteness got him to certain points where once he got to the machine,
Once he got to the machine,
that
he
were
was
pressed for him.
Once he
that
got
won't get pressed.
Once
for
he
other
got to
people.
the machine, he was good. But guess what? At that time, being a white boy in hip hop wasn't easy.
No.
That shit is easy now.
Okay.
He went through double what niggas went through at that
Fine.
time.
That's
all
cool.
I'm saying.
And what?
I'm saying that in response to,
and that still
to
is
this.
in comparison to nothing as far as black people in America.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about black people in America. I ain't talking about black people in
but
America.
You're acting like his little strife that he encountered trying to get in hip hop.
You're coming from a
big
comment
deal.
that I made in response to his comment.
All right.
I'm dealing strictly with his comment. You have your own
Right now,
feeling.
I'm talking about
all
the
on you,
lyrics.
Eminem.
No, right now I'm talking
Okay.
about the lyrics. We were breaking down the lyrics.
And I was talking
Lyric by
about this
lyric.
machine document.
Okay. But you
documentary
keep going back
comment
to,
he made.
Oh, he's a real. Listen, in the lessons we talk about the Muslim sons who study from 35 to 50 years to try to learn and do like the original man. He's one of those Muslim sons. He's one of those people that I feel, yes, he's honestly studied his 35 to 50 years of hip hop symbolically or realistically, whatever the case may be. I believe he really loves this shit. Don't get me wrong. I've said all of this in the past. It's just who they try to paint him as. And he has no problem sitting there too once they do that. But anyway, let me just finish what I'm saying. Because my point is, yeah, you brought us 50 Cent, but there was some ulterior motives there. Just like right now, he signed 2 rappers that I fuck with, whose music I like. Westside Gunn and Conway. But guess what? Why they ain't on your album? Why they ain't on your album? You know why you signed them? Because you want to look like you're on the pulse of what's they already had a little buzz going on. Now you want to look like you're on the pulse of real hip hop. And I'm gonna sign some real hip hop niggas because all of that slaughterhouse shit went south.
He does all this stuff. He does all this stuff to look like he's on the. What is so? There's no possibility that he just actually is on the pulse. Like he's doing.
Why aren't they on his album?
He's doing all of this his entire career to look like stuff.
Why are they only good enough to stand behind him on his freestyle?
I don't know.
He's not. They're not on his album.
The same reason why J. Cole is not on Jay-Z's album and anybody else that's signed to anybody else.
Nah, you know why? Because sometimes the corny don't mix with the cool. And sometimes it stands out. That's a good point right there. Maybe J. Cole is not on a Jay-Z album because, I don't know, maybe he'll sound corny on a certain... Well, no.
Maybe
he could be on a
Maybe
Jay-Z
he just
album.
wanted to give niggas a shot, but they ain't each other cup of tea. So we keeping it business. You over there, you over there.
Listen, you know what? He could just... He don't have to be on the song. Like, give them boys some exposure. This would have been a perfect time to give them exposure. That's all I'm saying. You say you rock with these dudes. I think he wants to fuck with them because they some real street dudes. And again, they're like almost the new 50 Cent for him. Just like 50 was a real street dude back then. He wanted that street kind of credibility. He wants this type of street credibility with Westside Gunn and Conway. So let me sign them. But at the same time, I don't see him doing a whole lot for these guys, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a whole rollout coming.
There's
that
a
I don't know
whole
about.
lot of artists that sign motherfuckers and don't do nothing with them. That is the story.
Speak on it.
That is the story of hip hop.
Speak on it, Queen.
That is the age old tale in hip hop. That is not exclusive to Slim Shady.
Right. Okay. So anyway,
you know I love you, right? I know. No, trust me. if I were you, I would probably be in the booth right now. But I get it.
First of
I know
all,
I get it.
this is
I get
8
it.
bars.
I'm fucking with you.
This is 8 bars.
I don't give. Hey, I got entitled ass from a fucking tweet. I don't play that shit.
But you made a whole song.
I concur with Digga.
You made a whole song
I don't
for
know.
a tweet?
I don't know. There might need to be a bar response, man. I'm gonna put some fuel.
I made a whole.
Right
I made a whole song for.
Okay, well,
can I get my super chatters?
Fat Trail gave me a bar, and
Super chatters.
and Tyler gave me a tweet, and them both of them niggas got a whole ass song. I don't play that. I'm sensitive. Everybody gets
3
it.
verses God. Risen Monk said 3 verses God. He said it without pain, but
I'll think about it.
No. I'm actually. I don't necessarily want you to do that. I feel like you're
I
like.
necessarily want the God.
You want the God body?
See, I've always said like, I always see myself as
I personally don't
as
think-
like a Chuck D type of.
I'm about to say I personally don't think you need to. But
I'm not. First of all, I like that the white boys are going at it amongst themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, let the white boys go at it. Like I've never
Charlemagne
been.
said mayonnaise mayhem. Mayonnaise
I love it. I've never been a battle rapper. Like, I'm a knowledge rapper. Like,
and I understand
You
that. That's
understand what I'm
why
saying?
I don't expect you to do that.
I'm
for
not
him.
here to try. I never. When you listen to my rhymes, it's not about, yo, I think I'm better than you, and I'm giving you some shit that you can fucking use in your real fucking life. I'm trying to give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through this rap shit. For me, it's not all about this rap shit. This rap shit is a vehicle for me to say what the fuck I
got
want
you.
to say. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, for me, that would be going outside my element. All that,
and that's why I want you to respond.
At the same time, though, but I am a combative person.
I got you.
I'm a combative person.
Now see, Rah Digga is from that school. I'm like, nigga, what? Nigga, you slept on the floor before
and I'm a great
in the corridor
debater.
while we was eating smorgasbord, nigga, what?
And I'm a
Like,
great
I'm about that life. I'm about that life.
and I'm a great debater. So it's like, if you want to fucking debate some shit, now let's fucking go. That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to talk about, okay, and then lastly he finishes off, but what have you done but squat, piss, and moan? Like, you know, well, first of all,
now that I was like, nah, I ain't feeling that one, nigga. We you know.
And then he said, but I'm not gonna fall, and ended it with bitch. See, that's where you fucked up.
You know what I didn't like too, also, and this didn't even have anything to do with you. I didn't like the line that he said to Joe Buttons about the
you hit
thing
your
you had to
girls
hit
or some
is
shit?
smacking bitch. I didn't like that. I felt like that was a little too below the belt. Like I've seen all of the, you know, the Joe Budden commentary as far as like I guess they felt a way.
yeah.
I'm done. I know they felt a way about his commentary for the last album, but I never felt that like Joe got personal or disrespected him in that regard. I felt like that was a little, you know, a little below the belt.
Well, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. Like
that sound personal. But
when God speaks, of course, to the devil, it sounds like pissing and moaning. Just like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the devil speaks to God, it sounds like.
Getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time they hear us affording. Look what I'm planning.
can't stand this guy.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. See, and this almost goes back to some of the original shit. It's like people will judge your accomplishments by like, well, what did you do for the white man? Like, did you go platinum? Did you like? Well, how much did you sell? Like, What have you done? Do you really want to know what I've done?
That's their metrics, though.
Right,
See,
and that's what I'm saying.
I guess I'm content with being part of the minority. Like I don't when we sit around and we get outraged about why we're not being celebrated at these at these functions and these platforms. I'm like, who cares what the fuck Madonna said? Did we?
It's not about caring, and yes, it is their metrics. What I'm saying is,
if we care this much, we need to start tuning in to
going
the
by
Soul
our
Train
own
Awards.
metrics.
We need to take our ass to the Soul Train Awards if it's that serious.
Let me tell you why I think like what the dude does borderlines on heresy, right? Because for him to say what has Jamar done means he hasn't done his homework. What we keep on doing is we keep on separating the reason from the rhyme. There's got to be rhyme and reason. Lord Jamar has put the 5% methodology and doctrine on the map through his music. I used to be on tour with this brother. When we was on the tour bus, we had books on tour, man. Elijah Muhammad, Autobiography of Malcolm X. Like, this was mandatory reading in rap. You know what I mean? So what he did is he was part of an educational aspect of the music to inspire a generation of people to, refine themselves and find their inheritance. So for him to say that, so what I'm saying is for him to say that means he lacks compassion, he lacks understanding, and he's getting a little too gun heavy.
And what I'm saying is they're going by their...
Or maybe he's just a rapper responding to the 5 or 6 different interviews Jamar done gave, basically chopping them down at every turn.
Stop just boiling it down.
I'm not boiling it down to like that.
It a little too much.
But that's what...
It's not just that. It's not just that. Like we gotta look at... Because some of this shit is deeper. And anybody that can put words together so complexly... is smart, okay? So don't think that the shit he said was just rhymes. Like, he thought about a lot of this shit.
No, I don't.
All I'm saying is,
I don't think it was just rhymes. I think he's taking a lot of shit personal.
Right,
He's getting real below the belt.
What I'm saying is, we do have to change things to our metrics. Yes, we do worry about their metrics, and so according to his metrics, I've never done anything. Okay? But according to black people, you see, and this is part of what I guess I'm really trying to get in. We live in 2 different worlds. There is a black world and there is a white world. And we have to be real about that. Like stop acting like, oh, people are just people. No, that's not fucking true. In the black world, Eminem is not king. In the white world, he is. You see what I'm saying? But you're not going to force your white metrics onto the black world. That's all I'm really saying.
And if I could...
So hang on. So my metrics of the fact that I've brought a certain pride that comes with giving knowledge itself to people.
Absolutely.
You understand? I've had people come to me and tell them I've put them through college. I've put them through jail bids.
Witnessed.
I've done a lot of things that can't be quantified on a numbers level for the white man, as far as,
of course
not.
I
sold, even though if you put all our records together, yes, we've sold over a million records.
But isn't that the beauty and the essence of true hip hop anyway? Like, the majorities of the great creators are never going to have the numbers and the statistics of those people. But we, as a community, as a family, we know what time it is. Right. So I don't think we should be getting bent out of shape. That's the beauty of hip hop, though, is, it's this grassroots thing that inspired people, in these urban communities. And at the end of the day, like, we know who the gatekeepers are. We know who means what and who holds what value to us. Like, why do we keep caring about these other people that have emulated our culture and created their own thing with it? Like, so what? So what? They forcing it down. They forcing him down whose throat? Not our throat. Like, why are we arguing about if he's a goat? Like,
but they are. Well,
neither one of us.
Eventually, it
neither
does
one of
bleed,
us.
though. They are trying to force him down. They're trying to make us acknowledge the insanity. The same way they try to make you fucking call one of these transvestites a she when we know that's Lester over there. Fucking and the powers that be is trying to make you say that that's a woman. Well, now the powers that be are trying to make you say that this white man is the GOAT of hip hop. Whether you and you're going to be politically incorrect if you don't say that. You're going to be looked at as a bad guy. You're going to be looked side-eyed the way you looking at me because I just said the word transvestite. And I mean, come on. Like it is, you see what I'm saying? Like, big things start as small things. An avalanche was once just a small little snowball. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not act like, who cares? And it's like, we have to care. Yeah. We have to care about the little things before they get even bigger. Okay? And we have to take control of the things that we feel is ours. If that's the case, then we're starting. I'm going to commandeer your blue braids.
I think that
right now from you.
So the ideology of charts and sales, I think that whole thing like that. That doesn't just start and end with Eminem. I think that's a whole fuck shit mentality in music in general now. Like, now we can't even discuss who's talented or not because the first thing that comes up is how much did you sell? How much did you chart? That's where the Eminem comes into conversation and things of that
that's
nature.
The only reason they can say he's the greatest because he's the biggest selling artist of all artist of all time.
That's one of the reasons.
That's the only reason that I can see that you would call him the greatest because you can't. Let's keep it real. There's people that rhyme better than Eminem. He's not the greatest lyricist in the fucking world. So why would you call him the greatest other than he sold the most? Why?
You would have to ask a person that measures talent for numbers. I don't. Okay. Kool G Rap's the greatest to me.
Okay.
Period. End of discussion.
And Kool G Rap is he's he's in my top fucking 10.
He inspired the Nas's, the Eminems, the Rah Diggas.
Exactly.
Like, that's like
right. He inspired live motherfuckers.
I don't.
And this guy inspires corny people.
What did he sell? I'm curious to know.
I don't know if Kool G Rap ever went gold.
I'm about to say I never in my entire 20-something plus years of listening to him, I have no idea what an album ever sold or ever cared or ever even asked.
Shit, some of his best work was when he was independent, he was out in Arizona.
He just dropped the album,
and he was doing that shit out.
He just dropped the album last year. That's fucking hot rocks.
Telling you,
that's the soundtrack in my life right now.
All right, listen. Oh, okay, we do got some people that donated today. Let me shout out. Love Sexy 71 donated. They said, peace, God. Normally I don't have a problem with the queen, but she is advocating too hard for this devil and is missing the lessons. He is a guest, and he has been very disrespectful in the past. Never liked M after his remark about Lauryn Hill. I don't know what remark that was, but
I don't know what. Wait,
I got a lot of people that will never let this devil live down when he was 16 and made the song about his nigger girlfriend, and nigger girls are bad or whatever the fuck he was saying. He said some shit about a nigga. Yeah. Man, a lot of people's like, I don't even know how you could fuck with him.
I hear everybody in the advocating for Eminem and yada yada. I'm advocating the art, the right to being able to respond to a motherfucker talking shit about you, no matter who you are.
Yes.
I'm advocating the right to fucking hear a person with wordplay and say, okay, that is some shit that I can fuck with lyrically. Not necessarily the content, but yes, it's okay to be inspired by a motherfucker who appears to be complex when he's writing rhymes. Yes, sorry. Whether it's Eminem or MC Sucker Duck, whoever that motherfucker is, that's extra bending words to some shit that's making me rethink some simple ass bar that I may have. Yes, that's what I'm advocating for. I am hip hop, baby.
Okay, and I'm
Thank
saying
you.
I'm
talking to the YouTube
that is not
person.
just hip hop.
I can't
though.
see.
That's a small portion, but I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay,
but I'm gonna tell
that's my portion.
Boys and girls out in hip hop land, I'm gonna tell you.
You for the knowledge.
That another no, it's not just about knowledge.
I'm just saying
not just about knowledge. Boys and girls, let me just tell you.
Everybody takes
that
something
in hip hop. Who you are matters. The delivery of the person, the messenger, matters. And please don't ever forget that. That's all I'm gonna say on this note.
So this is like our you see my tweet? I was like, damn, I just got this nigga to shut up.
I was gonna leave him alone too. So you did get me to shut up.
This is like our 8th episode.
I said, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about the nigga.
This is like our fucking 8th episode on Eminem, which is crazy.
I'm not gonna talk about Marshall, even though I wasn't partial. I wasn't partial to Marshall.
Thank the napkin.
The fucking Bampkin. Got a whole lot of napkins.
Yes, he does sound like that. But guess what?
A mannequin, blannequin.
But guess what? A bitch.
Stop the scannequin.
And guess what? A bitch like me hears. Oh shit! This nigga rhymed having abortion with Harrison Ford, and Tina Turner, Beamer burning. Like that's what I'm gonna do.
And
that's what I'm gonna do.
And then
I'm gonna turn the wordplay into some real shit that real motherfuckers like me fuck with.
And then and I'm
never gonna listen to his album again. I'm gonna be inspired by all them fucking words, and I'm gonna turn that into some live bitch shit extra with some wordplay. That's what it does for me.
And what I would do is just go straight to the source and listen to like some Coogee rap or some shit like. Because I'm gonna listen to.
I do that.
I'm gonna listen to a wordsmith that I can that resonates with me.
You talk about for the replay value. See me,
I'm saying not even just the replay value.
No.
If I want to listen to somebody, because don't get me, of course I can appreciate flippity dippity rhymes, right? But again, it matters who's giving it to me.
Right.
So
no, I'm saying I give everybody's
honestly,
album one listen. I do that with everybody. I'm giving everybody's album.
I'm not doing this. Some people I won't even press play.
I'm giving everybody's album one listen.
I don't give.
And then there's certain motherfuckers I'll circle back to.
I'm not giving everybody a chance. Like
we're getting a wrap.
All right, we're getting ready to wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up. Damn, Queen, love you. You look beautiful today.
I love you more.
With the blue braids.
In the words of Charlemagne, don't let this debate distract the fact that Eminem roasted Jamar. No, just fucking with you.
Don't let the mic cover your face. I feel like it's blocking you.
Okay.
Oh, I do want to mention real quick some punk ass. Because at the end of the day, yes, he does have the right to respond, and I'm glad he responded. I wanted him to respond. But I noticed a few outlets have been trying to leave me out of the list of
He was more mad at that than anybody.
That got dissed by this man. And I almost feel like it's a way to try to like quell what's going on with the God. They don't want to put me in certain circles and all of that type of shit.
You're not hot. You're not popping. You're not relevant.
I'm not with the machine and all of that type of shit. Yet people fuck with me like I am. You understand what I'm saying? So when they talk about the Charlemagnes and all that, and it's motherfuckers like that you said they mentioned me, but when they came back and talked about all the lines, this nigga gave me 8 bars. Like, other than Machine Gun Kelly is the only one that he talked about more, that he gave more time to. Yet you gonna try to front on me? So I see some little
That's not little.
some little pussy shit going
big.
on there as far as the
Well,
ones
guess what?
who are trying to
Well, guess what? When
keep me off the list.
When all the machines keep you off the list and forget about you, Eminem did. And on that note, for another exciting...
That was not a good... that wasn't good. But anyway, love you, sis.
When all those corporate motherfuckers try to...
We got to get out of
sweep
here.
you under the rug, Eminem never forgets.
Listen, thank you for everybody. Thank you for everybody that donated on Streamlabs. If you want to donate to the show, go to youknowwhatI mean.com/support. Shit. Next week, till the next week, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga Digga.
Peace.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian PEACE gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.